Parents who've read your teenager's diary, what did you discover that changed your relationship forever? I found out my son was planning to run away to find his birth father, a man I told him was dead. The diary was actually a small black notebook hidden inside a hollowed-out copy of The Hobbit on his bookshelf. I wasn't snooping. I was looking for his passport for a school trip when I accidentally knocked the book over and it fell open. The first page I saw had a bus schedule circled and a crude map drawn to an address in Cincinnati. Below it, in my 14-year-old son's messy handwriting, Dad's place, 3 days by bus, $142 for ticket, need $300 total. My heart stopped. My son's father wasn't in Cincinnati. He wasn't anywhere. At least that's what I'd told Jason since he was old enough to ask. Your daddy died before you were born, I'd say, showing him the few photos I'd kept. He was a good man who would have loved you very much. It was easier than the truth. That his father had walked out when I was 7 months pregnant, saying he wasn't ready for this life. That his last words to me were, pretend I'm dead. It's better for everyone. I took his advice. But now, flipping through Jason's notebook, I saw pages of research, screenshots of social media profiles, notes from conversations with my mother, who had apparently let slip that Jason's father might still be out there somewhere. A list titled, questions to ask him when I find him. The last entry was dated the previous day. Leaving Friday night after mom goes to sleep. We'll leave notes so she doesn't worry too much. Back Sunday night before school. Friday was tomorrow. I sat on Jason's bed, the notebook trembling in my hands. My son, my quiet, obedient son who never gave me any trouble, had been planning this for months, and I had been completely oblivious. I called in sick to work and waited for Jason to come home from school. When he walked in, I was sitting at the kitchen table with a notebook in front of me. His face went pale. You went through my stuff? I found it by accident, I said quietly. But yes, I read it. I'm sorry. He grabbed the notebook and clutched it to his chest. It's private. Jason, you can't go to Cincinnati alone. It's not safe. I have to, he said, his voice breaking. I have to know who he is. Sit down, I said, please. He hesitated, then slid into the chair across from me. Your father isn't dead, I admitted. I lied to you, and I'm sorry. His eyes widened. So he is in Cincinnati. I don't know where he is. We haven't spoken since before you were born. I told him everything. How young we were, how unprepared, how his father had panicked and left, how I'd chosen the easier story rather than telling my son he'd been abandoned. I thought I was protecting you, I said. I was wrong. Jason was quiet for a long time. Do you even have his address? His phone number? No, but I have his name, his real name. I wrote it down for him. If you still want to find him, we can look together, safely. Not with you taking a bus alone across 3 states. You'd help me find him? Jason asked, suspicious. Even though he left us? He left me, I corrected gently. He never knew you, and yes, I'll help you. That night, we searched online together. We found 3 possible matches in the Midwest, none in Cincinnati. Jason's research had led him to the wrong man entirely. We sent messages to all 3. 2 never responded. The third, a carpenter in Michigan, replied the next day. He remembered me. He asked if Jason was his. He said he'd thought about us often over the years, but had been too ashamed to reach out. 3 weeks later, we met at a restaurant halfway between our homes. Jason was silent the entire drive, but his leg bounced nervously the whole time. The man who approached our table looked older, grayer, but with Jason's same crooked smile. They stared at each other for a long moment before Jason asked his first question. Why didn't you want me? It wasn't on his list. It was the question beneath all the others. Jason still keeps his notebook, but now it holds different notes, things he and his father have in common, questions about his paternal grandparents, plans for their next visit. And on the last page, something he showed me months later. Mom lied to protect me. Dad left to protect himself. One of them stayed.